You have a jack stand?
No.
Hey,
what's happening, everybody?
Got a 2-ton one.
We're back out here working on the Pontiac, trying to assess our situation on what we need to do and cut and trim and so on and so forth. So there's a little better picture of what we're working with, because we got it jacked up. The wheel well's pretty much gone on the outer, and the whole thing's just rotted away. So basically, we were trying to figure out how we're going to do this, because this thing got hit back here, and this is all kinked. We tried pulling this, but we can't get behind it to pull it, and we used a stud gun on it, and that won't work. We even heated it to try and get it out. We got a little bit of it out, but the problem is the bumper bracket's right here, and you can't get to it, and the bumper bracket's welded to the trunk floor. So I think our plan of attack is that what we're going to try and do is we're going to cut it along here for now, because this piece here it's on the quarter, and then what we're going to do is slowly trim this back so that we can get this. We can just put a butt weld in here and try and butt weld it in, and then we need to do we need to flange the quarter panel, because it needs to slip in underneath this tail panel. So we're going to have to try and figure out something on that. Everything up front's pretty straightforward. This is all good metal here, so we're going to probably just cut like right in there, and then just kind of either butt it or flange it there. And then we got to make a line here so that we can cut out what we need to cut out on the quarter panel here, and trim that all out, so we need to get this mess off so we can look and see what's going on with the wheel well, and then figure out what we need to use from that wheel well in here, because the rest of it's good. The rest of the inside of the wheel well is good. You probably can't see it, but it's just the outer lip is just bad on this. A little hole here we can patch up. You know, we need that section off the wheel well back here, obviously, because this is all gone. Our trunk drop-off isn't hateful, but it's thin in spots, and we're going to see what we can save from that. Let's see if we can actually save it, but we got to get all of this off of here so that we can see what we got going on. So we got little issues here on the tail panel. We'll have to patch up also a little hole just up there to figure out. The tail panel is actually really solid. How about it, Tom? I mean, there's no rust on the inside of this thing or nothing. I don't understand how this. I don't know how this quarter panel rotted away as bad as it did. It is. This whole car's a mystery. Yeah, we don't know what. Well, it got glommed in the 70s, and that's this. And then it got rear-ended again, and that's how this all cracked out. So I don't know what we're going to do on this side. We haven't gotten that far yet. One side at a time. And we'll figure this mess out. At least it resembles a quarter panel. It doesn't look hateful. And actually, the wheel well and everything on this side's in really good shape. I mean, everything over here is nice. I mean, I don't know how it didn't rot. There's even still a quarter. You can see under the putty that this quarter panel is still there. It's just that this is thick. You just dumped the can and mixed it and smeared it out. So that's where we're at right now. We're just trying to figure that out. Got everything out of the tail panel, all the tail lights and everything pulled out, so we can. Obviously, we're going to have to do some paint work on that. So, but that's where we stand. So, all right. Well, we'll bring you back when we get a little bit more work done. Oh, here we are, guys. Got it all hacked off. So, what we got to do now is just. You got to do the wheel well, because this wheel well is pretty much hashed. It's pretty much done for. It's gone. It's wasted. Vice grips are in there because this was bent. I don't know. I can't tell you what happened to this car because this car is just screwed up. How about it, Tom? We don't know what happened, and we probably don't want to know what happened because this piece here is bent, and then we have this monstrous gap back here between the wheel well and the trunk drop off. So I clamped it together with some vice grips, and we brought it all back in the line. But this is part of the outer wheel well anyways that we're probably going to end up replacing. So, but we got everything hacked off of here. So I got to clean this all up and that all up over during the week, and then I need to try and get some of this undercoating out of here so that we can have a line to measure off of so we can fit up our wheel well. So once we get the wheel well fitted up and get all that going on, then it's going to be a downhill slide from there, at least until we get to this mess. And then we got to try and figure out how we're going to work. What we're going to do here, I think we got a plan right now of what we're going to do is we're going to cut it to here, and we're just going to bring it down and butt weld the new quarter right in here, because the new quarter has this piece on it here. And then what we got to do is we need to figure out how to flange in that quarter panel, because the original one slides underneath this here. So we got to try and make a flange or put a lip on it so that we can slide it in there and butt it up so we still have this character line here. Or we just may go over it and weld it up and say the hell with it. I don't know. We'll figure it out from there. We didn't get to that point yet. Let's get the wheel well in, and then we'll figure out the rest of it.
It's going to be a two-piece.
Yeah, where we put it in under that.
Yeah, it might be a separate piece from the upper piece.
Well, if we'll get the flanging tool. I mean, if we get a flanging tool, we might actually be able to put a flange in that to slide it in under there. I just don't know how that's going to work with the curvature on that quarter panel.
Yeah.
Because the way the quarter panel curves, I mean, they give us plenty of metal to work with. It's just a question of just fitting it all in. So, but it's coming along. But we keep finding all kinds of goofy nonsense about it.
Yeah, stuff we didn't know about.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of
there's
a whole bunch of stuff we didn't. Yeah, this is bent. I mean, we don't know. This was, like I said, if I pop these off of here, yep, you can see how it's bent and sprung it, and then you can see now it's better than it was before. This was like a big open gap you could put a screwdriver through. So this whole mess somehow got shoved up. So we're not sure how that happened. We're thinking that it went into a ditch or something, because the front end was stoved in. If you go back, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, in my videos, you'll see that I redid the whole front clip on the car, and the whole front fender here was stoved into the wheel well, and we fixed this whole thing. And we're trying to speculate on what happened, but this car has just been beat around so much. It's sad. It really is. It's kind of a shame.
Yeah. Because
mechanically it's really sound and it runs good and it's solid, it's tight. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of amazing it's tight as it is after it hammered everything in the world. So. And then, well, we'll figure this Picasso out after we get the other one done. Yeah. First things first.
We don't want to know.
Yeah, we're really scared to look at that. We don't even want to know what's going on there. So, at this point in time, it still looks decent, but we'll see. Because I know once we get this done, this is going to look nice, and then that's going to look like ass, and
then we will go over there.
Then we will, and we're probably going to end up over here anyways. So, I mean, even if we just, the biggest problem with this is that they did an alright job with the body line here, but it's just slab sided. There's no definition to it. So, I don't know, maybe we'll sand it down and put body lines in it and make it look like it's supposed to, and maybe we'll just leave it. I don't know. But at any rate, this is where we're at. So
We'll end up hacking it, I'll put the old skin on.
maybe, maybe not. Let's get to that point and figure it out from there.
Well, we'll get to that point and see how pretty this side is gonna be.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. This will look nicer than the rest of the car. Kind of like the front end.
Mm-hmm.
Front end looks kind of nicer than the rest of the car. But all right, well that's it for now. So a little update on what we got done today. So all right.